Well guys, we have ourselves another major update, and that means it's time for another skins tier list. Honestly, I was going to save this for a little while, but they broke missiles a second time, so here we are. Starting off, we have the CS SA5 with the 7102 skin. It's pretty nice. Better than the just normal boring green, and hey, they didn't screw up the tires, so let's give this a solid B tier. Next we have the Splinter Desert Camouflage for the T72 B3A. This is kind of neat. It's a little bit of an unusual desert camo there. You know, nothing crazy, but this is pretty good. I would run this. I'll give this a solid B tier, I think. Next we have the 183 Camouflage for the new Bundle T3485. This is kind of funny. It looks like they're using, like, captured German armor here. It's pretty unique. I'd give this an A tier. I think that's pretty cool. Yep, A tier. Next we have the Woodland Camo for the RH66. This looks almost like French, kinda. Yeah, I kinda like that. I think it's not outstanding, but I'd give that a B tier. Definitely looks better than the default. Next we have the Kamikaze Camouflage for the F2A, and I like this because not only is this look sick and very detailed, but also there's just that hint of political incorrectness really does it for me, so I'm going to put this in Gunner tier. I really like this. Next we have the Checkerboards camo for the FA-18C Late, the American one obviously. That's kind of cool. I like this. I don't like that it's dirty. I know they're trying to be realistic, but it always bothers me because I'm OCD. Even so, I think this is a solid A tier. That's a pretty sleek looking camo, I think. A tier. Next we have the TJ302 Camouflage for the ZBD04A, and as always, I really like these PLA digital camos. This is a pretty clean looking one. That's definitely going to be an A tier for me. Next we have the Rafale Solo Display Camo for the Rafale, and these French air skins just go crazy all the time. I don't know why the Rafale in particular just constantly gets the best ones, but this is an obvious Gunner tier. It's very cool. Next we have the Barracuda skin for the Leopard 2, the Dutch one. It's not bad. This kinda... It just looks like a bit of grass with some turds in it. This is kind of a diarrhea skin, so it's not bad, but I'll have to put it in EU on that basis. Next we have the Tactical Exercise skin for the MSC, and very dirty looking, but it's still pretty unique. I think I kind of like that. I'll give that a B tier. This is pretty solid. Next we have the Slovak Air Force skin for the L39ZA. It's kind of cool. It's pretty slick, clean, low-vis skin. Not a lot going on there, but I think that's a solid B tier. It's pretty cool. Next we have the Alligator skin for the A10A Late. It's not too different from the default, but it's pretty cool. Got a little alligator drawn there. Yeah, solid. Oh wait, that's cool. Is it a shrimp? Alright, it gets an A tier for the shrimp. That's funny. Next we have the Banner Bearer skin for the Pack Premium IS-1. Unfortunately, I can't really remove the camo net because I don't own it, but it's kind of interesting. It almost looks like that, I can't remember the name of it, but like Swiss uniform camouflage they used during the Cold War that you see a ton of at surplus stores. I'm going to give that a B tier. It's pretty cool. Next we have the Hellmaw skin for the new Pack Premium Hellcat. I don't think they had neon blue spray paint during World War II, and also this looks like German camo for some reason. That is horrifying. Wow, that's Gunner tier. That's hilarious. Yeah, more like this, please, Gaijin. Next we have the PLA Naval Air Force for the Z10A. I will almost certainly never play this vehicle because the Chinese, like, air-to-ground missiles are kind of ass, but this is a very cool camo. I really like these, like, PLA, like, blue and gray ones. I'm going to put that in A tier. Next we have the J4013 Camouflage for the Hunter F58A. That's pretty sick. I like that. I'm going to give that an A tier. I like the little orange highlights. That's cool. It's like Ace Combat stuff right there. Yeah, A tier. Next we have the Winter Digital Camo for the Type 16 FPS. It's kind of a different sort of digital camo there. It's not my favorite, but that's still pretty cool. I'd put that in B tier, I think. It's pretty good. Next we have the Schlageter Camouflage for the BF-109E4. It's nothing too crazy, but I really like them adding more of these historical skins for lower tier vehicles. I think we need more of that, so I'm going to put that in B tier. I like that. Next we have the Royal Marines Camouflage for the Badger. I really like these sort of like black and white, like sort of winter camo things. I would actually put that in A tier. I really like that. I would definitely run it, and the black is good for helping you keep like actually hidden in shadows and stuff, so yeah, I think that's an A tier for me. Next we have the J5018 Camouflage for the Swiss/German F-18C late. That is some pretty slick tail art there. I'm gonna put that in A tier. That's pretty damn cool. I like that. Next we have the Experimental Pixel Camo for the Chrysanthema S. It's not the coolest looking like pixel digital camo ever, but still not bad. I give that a B tier. I think that's solid enough. Next we have the Verzerung Sandwich for the SPZ BMP1 and the German tech tree. It's another pretty good, like, actual practical camo. I kind of like that. I'll give that a B tier. I would definitely run it. Next we have the Operation Danube camo for the T10M. It's an interesting historical one, but it's kind of just the default green with some decals thrown on it, so I'm gonna have to put that in C tier. There's kind of not a ton going on there. Next we have the Islamic Republic of Iran Air Force Camouflage for the Su-22 UM-3K and the German tech tree. That's very, like, sleek. I really like that. I'm gonna put that in A tier. I just really kind of like the way that looks. Next we have the 1941 Camouflage for the Bismarck, and the reason I'm zoomed into the center part of the ship is because there's a no-no friendship symbol on both ends that's censored, but apparently YouTube's AI doesn't know that it's censored, so I'm just going to keep that off a screen, but that's pretty cool. I don't play Naval, and I probably won't in the future, but I would definitely run this if I had it, so I'm going to give that an A tier. That's pretty cool. Next we have the Design 22D Camouflage for the USS Iowa. It's alright, but it's kind of just like the Pacific Tricolor Camouflage with a different shade of blue, so it's not really anything crazy. I'm just going to put that in C tier. I don't really have any strong feelings about that. Next we have the Tiger Camo for the HF-24. It's kind of they didn't use black, they used like a poo green color to make this. I don't really feel too strongly about that. I'm just gonna stick this in C tier. Next we have the Demonstration Camouflage for the NF5A, and I can immediately see a few problems here. I know how rampant autism and ADHD and OCD are in my audience, so first off, this is bothering me. You have like two slightly different shades of red, and also the wingtip bits are unpainted. This bothers me a lot to look at, so I'm gonna put this in D tier because my eyes don't like this very much. Next we have the Top Gun camo for the F-100D, and I mean, if it wasn't immediately obvious, this is Gooner tier. That's freaking awesome. And it's semi-historical, so people see it. I just really like these like black camouflages like this, so yeah, that's a easy Gooner tier. Very cool. Next we have the USS Ranger camo for the F4F3. Again, I'm always happy to see more of these like early, vehicle skins. I don't think these lower tier vehicles get enough attention, so I'm gonna put that in B tier. I enjoy that. That's pretty cool. Next we have the Winter Stripe Camouflage for the Swedish Death Choo-Choo Train thing. This is such a ridiculous looking vehicle, but I really like it with this on there. I'm gonna put that on A tier. I really like these, like, Nordic experimental camos we keep getting. Next we have the 947th Battalion skin for the Spider, and is this literally just desert camo with some decals? Yeah, we have a slightly different shade of tan. Yeah, it's not bad, but I'm just gonna stick that in C tier, because honestly, if I didn't know any better, I wouldn't have even known that was a skin, so yeah. Next we have the Forest Tricolor Camouflage for the Chinu 2. It's not bad, got some cool decals around the place. Give this a B tier. It's definitely better than the default and kind of unique, so yeah, think B tier for this. Next we have the 1944 Camouflage for the Richelieu. Is this supposed to be like a squid, or... Huh. Yeah, it's not really a lot going on here, kind of just, you know, normal run-of-the-mill warship paint job. I'm just going to stick this in C tier, I don't really have any strong feelings. Next we have the post-war Camouflage for the HMS Vanguard. Again, kind of just warship paint job, not really doing much for me there. Just gonna stick this one in C tier also. Next we have the Gladio something, I don't know, I don't speak spaghetti, for the Italian Leopard 182. This is pretty cool though. I really like that camo style. I'm gonna put that in A tier. I think that's pretty sick. Next we have the Transpolar Camouflage for the Sovietsky Soyuz. This is a semi-historical camouflage for the ship that was never, never finished, but alright. It's kind of cool with like the flag on the gun turrets. Again, it's funny to me they went and gave this like really kind of unique one to the fake ship, but sure, whatever. I'm gonna put that in B tier. I think that's at least, there's some uniqueness to it. I think that looks kind of cool. Next we have the FC-28 Camouflage for the Premium A32A. It's alright. Got an interesting, like, checker mark sort of thing going on. I don't really have any strong feelings about this one either, so I'm just going to stick this in C tier. Next we have the 5542 Camouflage for the Brazilian AMX. Some interesting tail art here. Not really too many strong feelings about this one. I'm just going to stick this in C tier. And wrapping it all up, we have the Red 49 Camouflage for the Su-25K. And if I'm not mistaken, is this a North Korean? Yeah, it is. Oh, dude, I hope China gets an Su-25 and the rest of the North Korean, like, subtract tree soon, because they do not have any good CAS options right now, but we'll see what happens. God, if they do a unified Korean tree, I'm gonna lose it a little bit, but what can you do? Give it a solid B tier. That's pretty cool. I like that. Yeah, B tier. And for those of you who want to see it, here is the full finished tier list. This is definitely one of the better ones we've had overall. Definitely a lot fewer actually bad skins in this one than normal. I just want to say thank you again for the huge amount of support this channel has been receiving recently, and also if you want to see more skin tier lists like this, I'll link the playlist containing the others I've made down in the description. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.